I love the pressure. The confidence goes through play. If you play good, I'm telling you, you're gonna feel phenomenal. I feel like once you start playing to the opponent's game, that's where you lose. You can never not learn, and I'm a huge advocate of that. I'm a learner of the game.
How about them Cowboys? Angry Cowboys fan, are you down the line? Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Drop a like on the video, go ahead and subscribe.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, bringing y'all my raw and uncut when it comes to our Dallas Cowboys. This weekend, we go to Santa Clara to face the San Francisco 49ers, and all day I've been thinking about the mental fortitude of our Dallas Cowboys, the mental toughness of our team, Cowboys Nation, more specifically, the mental toughness of our wide receiver one in CeeDee Lamb. As Cowboys Nation is aware, CeeDee Lamb has been our one and only reliable target on this offense. This was true last year and remains true this year. The difference in this year? Defensive coordinators around the league have started to scheme him right out of the game, leaving him, as well as Cowboys Nation, irritated. Then, NFL on NBC released an interview between former Dallas Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett and CeeDee Lamb. So we're going to take a listen to the 4 clips that I got for y'all, and then y'all know what we're going to do. We're going to come back and unpack this raw and uncut. So, Angry Cowboys fans, let's go ahead and take a listen to the first clip from the CeeDee Lamb interview.
Did missing camp have anything to do with maybe you guys not being quite as aligned early part of the season?
Absolutely. I'm going to be truthful, and I will say, it's not going to be just a pickup from what we were at the end of the season last year. But with everything, the work that we've had built up, we'll be fine.
We'll be all right, huh? I am so happy that Jason Garrett asked CeeDee Lamb this question. I am even more happy that he admitted that missing training camp could be the reason why Dak Prescott and himself are not on the same page. I truly feel him missing training camp was very critical to his development, as well as the timing between himself and Dak Prescott. I understand that he was concerned about getting his money, but having a year left on your contract, I feel he should have been at training camp to continue to build on the work that they put in last season. Now let's go ahead and jump to the second clip.
One of the greatest players in this organization's history, Troy Aikman, comes out and says, the Cowboys wide receivers don't run good routes. CeeDee Lamb's got to get off the ball better. When you hear that noise, how does that land on you and the group?
Me as a leader, obviously, I take it in. And we got to work. That's just more, I use it as a building block. Like if you say that our routes are lazy, things of that sort, let's go out here every week, and I'm going to show you that my routes, So personally, I take that as, again, constructive criticism. You can't really take everything personal in this realm of work that we do, especially some things that we can control. So if we can control it, let's go out here, work at it, and continue to get better at it. So for me, I go work. I'm a hard worker, you know what I'm saying? So anything that you say that I'm not doing, I'm going to show you that I am doing it.
Boy, Jason Garrett was asking them fire-ass questions, wasn't he? One thing he said was that he was a leader of the team. I'd have to disagree with you, CeeDee Lamb. I don't think CeeDee Lamb is quite the leader that he thinks he is. I'm sorry, but leaders do not leave their team hanging during the offseason. It doesn't mean that he can't grow into a leader, but one thing a leader does is lead by example, CD. I wouldn't want any of my wide receivers to act the way he did during the Baltimore Ravens game. I'm sorry, but that game left a sour taste in my mouth. I'll get to that more during my raw and uncut portion, so make sure you stick around for that. But let's go ahead and quickly jump into the third clip.
So you're motivated by the noise?
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt.
That's great. How about some more noise? I've said this out loud. The Cowboys have been such a physical team through the years. Mm-hmm. They're not very physical right now. They're not running the football. They're not stopping the run. Right. What do you say to that?
I agree. And I mean, we're not oblivious to the truth now. Like, we understand the things that we have to correct. And week in and week out, we're looking to correct it. And we've been harping on it, we've been heavy on it, and we're looking to making those changes as we go further throughout the season. We can't make all those changes in 1 week. Granted, that's the team we are. We are the physical ground and pound, and if we need to throw the ball, we will. We can. We have the guys to do it. We have the guys that's going to get open. And, again, I have no doubt about it. I know that we're going to make those changes. I know the team that we are, the work that we put in, again, in continuous weeks, like just the work, the effort, the energy, the time. Like, this is not anything that we're just going to go out there and just BS, if you will.
CeeDee Lamb is motivated by the noise, huh? I hope you're right, CeeDee Lamb. One thing that he's right about, there's things that need to be corrected on this team. One thing that I don't agree with him with is the fact that this team is a ground and pound team. They have not displayed the ground and pound this year or even last year. Maybe that has everything to do with the scheme. Maybe that has everything to do with the players. We will continue to see this as the season rolls along. Now jumping into the last clip, Jason Garrett asked CeeDee Lamb about his relationship with his QB1 and Dak Prescott. So let's take a listen so we can come back and unpack this raw and uncut. Roll that fourth clip.
Tell me about your relationship with Dak on and off the field.
It's my man. As soon as I got in, obviously in 2020, it's been up ever since. Unfortunately, like my rookie year, it was sick, so I felt like we were always behind on everything, catching up, hanging out, just running routes, working together. So like ever since he's been back, it's been ongoing. Like, what you doing? Where you at? Like, I'll pull up. Like, it's been a whole, like, that's my guy. Like, it's been that sense, and that's why we're so comfortable with each other that we feel like we can talk to each other any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? It's a brotherly love.
That's great. That's great. It's a great relationship to have between quarterback and receiver.
It's my man's.
It's a brotherly love. That's your man. I am so glad that he cleared the air when it comes to his relationship with his quarterback. But I'll tell you, actions speak louder than words, CeeDee Lamb. But y'all ready for my raw and uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it. CeeDee Lamb is one of the most talented and explosive wide receivers in the NFL. We witnessed this last year. One thing that we didn't get to see last year was CeeDee Lamb blowing up on the sidelines and mentally checking out of games, something I worry about this year. Like I said previously, the Baltimore Ravens game showed me the negative side of CeeDee Lamb, a toxic side of CeeDee Lamb. A side I was hoping I didn't get to see, and a side I was hoping that he didn't possess. During the bye week last year, CeeDee Lamb showed me his mentality, and I praised it at the time. He could have pitched a damn fit and cried on the sidelines about getting more involved with the team, but he didn't. He went to Dak Prescott and the coaching staff behind the scenes to tell them that he could be more of an asset on the offensive side of the ball. I was extremely impressed with that, Cowboys Nation. Fast forward to the Baltimore Ravens game, and it seems as if he did a complete 180 in his philosophy. It was extremely surprising to me, Cowboys Nation. I don't know if it was the play of the offense or the fact that the Baltimore Ravens defense was very physical. Whatever it was, it made CeeDee Lamb mentally check out of that game. It made me wonder if CeeDee Lamb was a diva. For those that don't know, football is a physical game as well as a mental game. You have to be able to outsmart opposing coaches with your scheme, but players have to outsmart the defenders with their routes and movements on the field. If you allow yourself to get mentally checked out of a game, you will be taken out of that game physically as well. We saw this back during Super Wild Card Weekend against the Green Bay Packers. We actually saw this during any game where the defensive backs were physical with CeeDee Lamb. Once they started putting hands on CeeDee, it got him out of his element, and that's where you start to lose CeeDee on the field. Sports Junkie and I was talking about Xavier Woods when he told the media that, and I'm paraphrasing, players don't give 100% on every play on the field. You're not going to go as fast off the line if you're blocking as opposed to going out for a route. The thing is, after watching some film, I've noticed that when CeeDee Lamb is the decoy, a non-route to clear out the underneath, he goes at half speed. When he knows he's not going to get the ball, CeeDee Lamb doesn't give his full effort. When he's the hot route, you see him going a mile a minute. When he's the decoy, not so much. Even defenses have peeped this as well, Cowboys Nation. If our number one isn't giving his all, the defense sees this and knows that the ball isn't going to go to him. Remember, everything is put on film during the game, and defensive coordinators pick up on it and call it tendencies. My question, is it due to him checking out during the play, or is it him conserving his energy? Only CeeDee Lamb knows this, Cowboys Nation. But I put a quick TikTok up saying that I was worried. Not about the upcoming matchup against the San Francisco 49ers, but I was worried about CeeDee Lamb and mentally checking out of the game. These defensive coordinators are scheming to take him out of said game by doubling and sometimes triple teaming him. This causes Dak Prescott to either find another option or force the ball to CeeDee Lamb, putting the ball in the harm's way. I understand the competitor in CeeDee Lamb wants the ball every single chance that he could get, but the one thing that I harp on Micah Parsons about is the same thing that I'm going to harp on CeeDee Lamb about. Learn how to be impactful without being an impact. In CeeDee Lamb's case, that's running those decoy routes at 100%, sacrificing your stats for the betterment of the team during the game. Yards and touchdowns are good, but how good are they during a loss? Yes, it'll get you individual stats and it may get you a bag, but it also doesn't help you reaching the ultimate prize, a Super Bowl championship. See, this is something that I love Brandon Cooks for. He is a selfless player. He's a selfless wide receiver. He doesn't mind if his teammates are eating and he's not, just as long as the team brings home a dub. There were several times where I heard Brandon Cooks say something along the lines of, when my number's called, I'm going to answer it, or trust the process. This is something I would love to hear from CeeDee Lamb. But I'll keep it funky with you, Cowboys Nation. I hope CeeDee Lamb works on taking himself out of the game mentally. Being mentally strong is as important, if not more important, than being physically strong. If you allow yourself to be checked out of the game mentally, you can be the strongest man in the world. It's not going to help you on the field. If you allow the defender on the other side of the ball to out-physical you, it will cause you to mentally check out of the game. I don't want to see this from our wide receiver one, Cowboys Nation. If some receivers don't get their targets, they mentally check out of the game. I don't want to see this from our wide receiver one, Cowboys Nation. So I hope CeeDee Lamb works on his mental as well as his physical, because it's essential to the game of football. So CeeDee, don't allow any of these defenders to knock you off your square. Don't let them take you out of the game mentally, CeeDee Lamb. The game against the San Francisco 49ers is very important for our mental standpoint. We cannot continue to go through the season thinking that we can't beat this team. We cannot continue to go into seasons thinking that the San Francisco 49ers is this team's Achilles heel. We have to get over this phobia so that we can gain some mental toughness, Cowboys Nation. We can't do this without our wide receiver one, though. So I hope to see CeeDee Lamb step up and become that leader that he's talking about for this team. I hope to see him fortify his mental and not allow anyone to jeopardize that on or off the field. I hope to see CeeDee Lamb lock in and block out all the crap from the talking heads, the haters, and even some of his family members. I know CeeDee Lamb can do it. I just hope that he knows he can do it. This has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. What did you think about the interview between Jason Garrett and CeeDee Lamb? Do you feel better after hearing what he had to say? Y'all know what we doing. Let's have an adult conversation in the comment section. If you're digging the content and want to help get it out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans, drop a like on the video and share it with whomever you know is a Cowboys fan. If you are DC for life and have faith in our wide receiver one, CeeDee Lamb, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, or Madden 25 and College Football 25 gameplay. CeeDee Lamb has all of the talent in the world to become a Hall of Fame wide receiver. I just pray he has the mental fortitude to become a Super Bowl winning Hall of Fame wide receiver. This has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.